and welcome to the Mediocre Moms podcast. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Kait.
Don't have time to hang with your girlfriends these days? Come hang out with us. We'll talk about motherhood, marriage, adult friendships, anything you could talk about with your girlfriends. Today's topic is Christmas magic, so this episode is not for little ears. So Mama's is trying to pop in those earbuds because you know why. Wink, wink. I lost my place there.
I think it was good.
Thank you. Thank you.
So this is our December episode. So we're going to talk about Christmas magic and
the people who make that happen.
and the moms. Let's just be forward.
Yes, be real.
Speaking of little ears. Okay, so yeah, we both come from similar backgrounds. We're both from New Jersey. We're both Catholic, and I think we've similar big Christmas Day, probably some Christmas Eve, and yeah.
My family, so the way it's always been in my family is my mom's family was Christmas Eve, and we did a big celebration with Christmas Eve. We're Italian American, so we did the Feast of the Seven Fishes. Kids running around. My poor mother, late at night, it would go till late. It was a 45-minute drive from Grandma's house where it took place to home, and then she'd have to put 4 kids to bed and put out the presents. And now as a mom, my mom wants to make it earlier for me to accommodate me because it's an hour ride for me to get there. And I'm trying to fight her and tell her, no, I want it earlier. I like it later because I like bringing home sleepy kids and putting them right to bed and having that Christmas Eve night being easy. Then all I have to do is put out presents.
Yeah, actually mine's really similar because I'm also Italian American, but they don't do a lot of fishes because most of the family doesn't like fish. I think they just do the anchovy spaghetti because it's so traditional. It's like just this one dish that I think my mom and maybe one other uncle or something are the only ones that actually eat it. I love it. But they hold on to that one tradition. There's a couple weird things that everyone's like, I don't really like this, but it's tradition. And yes, super similar. That side of the family just is they're late night people. And I think now with my generation, people are trying to make it a little earlier, but we would be there till 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And every year when I was little, there was this agreement with my mom that if Santa came before we got home, I was allowed to open one present.
Genius. Genius.
Really, just it never made me suspicious.
No.
And it never happened. And then, now of course, I'm involved in that. And my mom and my dad will have a little drink, a little shot or something together. They love this coffee espresso, and they call it cocktail, and they drink it like it's a mixed drink, but it's just flavored vodka. And so they normally will have some of that at to be like, we did it, it's done.
Yeah.
And then that's a big party, Christmas Eve. And then same thing with me, actually. Christmas Day was meant for my dad's family.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
That's how it was growing up for me.
Yeah.
Until my dad's family. Until my dad's family moved away, and then it just became us.
Mm-hmm. So my mom's brother and sister never got married. So we are their immediate family still. And so they would come over for breakfast, but they got, because we were out till 2, 3 in the morning the night before, it kept getting later and later. And we would miss most of my dad's family when we just spent the night before my mom's family.
Yeah.
So actually just, I don't remember, it was around when my first daughter was born 8 years ago or so, we got them to move to the 26th, which in Italy is actually a big holiday. It's called St. Stephen's Day. And rather than I think in the US it's really common to split one side 24th, one side 25th. In Italy, it's much more common 25th, 26th, St. Stephen's Day. And really not quite a rule, but very commonly that's the husband's family gets delegated to the 26th. And I think they feel a little sad that we did that. But for it's not about the day of the year. What does it matter if it's the 25th, the 26th? If it's February, what matters is that you're with these people. And by doing it the 26th, we get to spend all day together so basically I don't want to skip the 25th, but we get to spend all day, just with these two relatives that are really, really close to us. And we get to have a third Christmas. So tell me about your 20. So you go about the 25th.
The 25th in my house, we get up, we open presents, and then we go to my in-laws' house. And I am lucky in that the drive to my in-laws' house is at most 15 minutes, at most. And then we pretty much spend all day there. We even take our dog because it's an all day thing. And this way she can go out if she needs to go out. And my in-laws have 2 dogs, and their 2 dogs are my dogs, BFFs. So she gets special time with them. And my mother-in-law, of course, buys peekaboo presents as well.
Yeah, so that worked out well. So just when your like father's family kind of gave up possession of the 25th, you got your husband's family. We were able to keep that open.
We had a good few years. The reason we stopped doing it with my dad's family is because my grandparents up and moved to Missouri. And of course, the grandparents are the core.
Yeah.
And my dad's family kind of got regulated to like a different day, which I think kind of floated to pan on when everyone could get together. But then, unfortunately, people started moving away, passing away. And now my dad's one of 6, and my grandparents had 12 grandkids. And I only really interact with 2 of my cousins on my dad's side, which is kind of sad.
And my dad's one of 7, and we all really stayed in touch pretty well. Like there's like one cousin, he like doesn't really come to parties anymore. And a lot of them now are like alternating between their spouse's family and us. But we're all really close. And like my mom's generation wants to like hand over the big party to my generation.
Yeah.
But it's not an easy thing to do because this is like a party of like 40 people.
Exactly.
Or 40 to 60 people. And like half of them don't actually say for sure whether they're coming. Like, and it's not assumed because, you can go to your spouse. But, and like, so they'll say like, the next generation needs to step up. And I'm like, who's going to do it? Like this cousin with like an apartment in Hoboken? Like, no, they can't host 40 to 60 people. Like there's a short list of people who have a house that can host that many people.
Oh my God.
Actually, and speaking of like, so spouses, of course, my ex-husband is Italian, so I never had to like really alternate Christmases because I got Christmas because that was like a big holiday we would go home. There was only 2 Christmases during our marriage that we were not able to come home. One was COVID. One was my first daughter's first Christmas, but for illnesses reasons. But and I hated those Christmases because like he does not have the like 3 days of huge parties that we have. It's like me hosting, telling like my in-laws and like an uncle, well, please come over. We'll like for Christmas lunch. Very, very different. And actually that's be a good transition to Christmas magic because those couple years, like there's just 2 years that I didn't have like my mom, because my mom still carries the brunt of creating Christmas magic. Still, I'm 38 years old. My mother still does the brunt, like the majority of it. Like those 2 Christmases that I was like, okay, I'm going to like make her bread and I'm going to make like 1 or 2 Christmas cookies. She makes like 10 recipes and each of them
I look
she
forward
makes
to
like
them every year.
So I say Christmas cookies, like nothing against like a snickerdoodle, but like her Christmas cookies are like the kind of thing you get at a bakery. Like every cookie has,
you look
like,
at those cookies and you're like, this is an intense labor of love.
Yeah. And she makes so many. She gives a box to like every branch of our family, which is like, it's like so many people, and she doesn't even make a tray anymore because there's so many people. Like, so she stopped making a box to every branch of my dad's family because that's like 100 boxes or something. So instead she makes a really, 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 really big like party tray and everyone takes some home. Yeah. So like that party tray, it can't even be a tray. She gets like a gift box. Yeah. Like how many, what was that? Like a 5-inch deep gift box and like fills it with really, really like fancy cookies. Like it's no cookie that's just one step. You like bake the cookie. And then she says like you harass it in some way. Like you either like rolling it in sugar, it's just one of them. And like, or more often like dipping it in chocolate and then adding sprinkles or like, there's like little tarts that have like 3 steps. Like the easiest thing she makes is fudge, which is actually a big favorite, but yeah. I mean, I've done even just like the little bit I've tried to like take over as I'm like clearly an adult now, 30 years old. Like, it's so hard. I don't know how they do it. Like,
I think it's just generational. Like that's what they grew up. That's how it is. Yeah. I mean, my mom kind of does the same thing, not to your mom's extent, but I remember her like making batches and batches and batches of different cookies, not even the same cookie. It was a different cookie. And my mother-in-law does the same thing. She makes batches, and her dining room, my mother-in-law's dining room used to be filled with just Rubbermaid bins, like the food bins, like the giant, like lasagna size food bins of just cookies, different cookies. She makes, in Pennsylvania, they're called kiffles. She knows them as cream cheese cookies. They're not. It's like a dough pastry hybrid that you cut into a square, and then you take two corners and marry them together. And then she pipes in, she'll pipe in like a different type of fruit. Like she does peach, I think, and raspberry. And my favorite, of course, is the odd one. There's a nut filling. So like again,
I would take nut over fruit.
I love the nut, but like it's an intensive stuff. And I'm like, I don't freaking have time to sit and bake 5,000 different. Do I want to? Yes, 100%. But like, I don't have the time or the energy.
I love doing it, but I mean, so like, we are of course recording this like the weekend after Thanksgiving because this is our December episode.
Yes.
And I held a non-Thanksgiving related dinner party because here in Europe, Thanksgiving is really not a thing at all. Like they're like vaguely aware of it, like how like maybe we're aware of like Cinco de Mayo, but it's like just Cinco de Mayo is probably a bigger thing in the US than like Thanksgiving is in Europe. They're like, but Black Friday is huge here.
I was wondering that. I saw
I hate that. Yeah. I hate that, like the beautiful holiday of Thanksgiving, which is basically Christmas with so much less stress.
And it's a season
like
of
the
gratitude.
Good part of Christmas. Yeah, it's the good part of Christmas, seeing your family, having traditions, but like just getting rid of the gifts makes it just like so much nicer because it does. Even with a lot of cooking.
I would take having to bring a dish over having to bring 10 presents.
Yeah. Yeah. And so even just like the beautiful thing of Thanksgiving, no. But the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, like any American knows, like the idea of Black Friday is that it's the day after Thanksgiving.
It's the kickoff for Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah. And like in our parent generation, it was, you got really, really good sales. It was like this insider stay-at-home mom thing, like where like they got the jump on it.
Oh yeah.
And then I think like by our like younger generation, it was already very much like shopping for yourself. Like you and I used to always go and we would buy like tons of clothes for ourselves.
Yeah.
But a good sales, like really good sales. Yeah. But now it's like almost all online. So it makes sense it's international because Black Friday, I feel like now is mostly online.
Yeah.
Or I guess still in stores, but
I think it's 90% online. Yeah. So yesterday, what's today? No. Oh my God. I did have to go to the store on Black Friday. I wasn't doing official Black Friday shopping. It was more like I have to run in and grab something. And
I feel like that was bad planning on your part.
No. Was there a lot of people in the store? Yeah. But was it overcrowded? No. Like it's very calm. And then we went to my husband, God love him. I love a hot geek, and that's what he is. And yesterday we went to Best Buy, and they're still doing like Black Friday sales because it's Black Friday weekend.
Yeah, now it's Black Week. I have flyers on my box are like Black Month.
Yeah. And like their store was not super crazy. Because like you said, it's all online. That's
shopping is like I think. Yeah, I mean, I think probably COVID pushed us even more to online shopping, right? Because I can actually plan out my gifts and research them and like have my notes and everything. That mug, that's my merch. Sorry. Sorry, for our audio listeners, Lisa just took a sip out of a mug that's one of my merch from my video game YouTube side thing hobby. Sorry, we were saying about Black Friday. Yeah. So I really prefer researching, like not just buying what I see in the store, but actually researching something a little more thoughtful ahead of time.
I'm very excited.
But I just hate how Europe is like, they took Black Friday and we're just like, no, thank you to Thanksgiving. And especially because of like the like materialistic reputation Americans have. For you to be like, for Europe to be like, yeah, we'll take that. But
leave this
not gratitude. Thanksgiving. And by the way, you are the materialistic ones. Like the consumeristic ones that like, but I'm also at the same time, like, cause I was cooking this weekend, I had a party on Saturday, not Thursday. So I'm like, oh, I really want to do some shopping. I haven't gotten like any time to do And I'm like, oh, I want to look for like, I want to do some shopping. But because that's been on my list, my to-do list for like a couple weeks now to like plan my gifts because I like buying things online. Sometimes that could mean, depending on like what kind of shopping you do, there could be weeks. So you gotta do it in November if you like want to do that, like leisurely at home shopping.
This is the first year, and I'm very excited so in the past, since my daughter has been born, I just do all the shopping. And then my husband will see something out and about and be like, oh, well, I want to get this for Abby, or I want to get this for the girls. And he'll just buy it. And this is the first year that I'm like, no. I created a Google Doc and I have their names and I have, I call me Scrooge. I don't care. I'm trying to max it out at 10 gifts each. Like, I feel like 10's a good number. It's an even number. Yeah. So I have 10 things, and I wrote down some of the stuff I want to get our daughters, and I shared it with him so he can look at it and add or edit. He looked at one of the gifts that I picked out for Abby, which is a very, very new to market gift. It's by Mini Labsters. It's a microscope, but like it can fit in their hand, and like it's battery powered. It can go in their pocket, and they can like go up to a tree, I think, and like look at it and see like the bark. Abby keeps telling me she wants to be a zoo vet, so I'm like, well, you got to get into science, and also, girl, you got to do your math. But so I'm trying to like create this so it's not such chaos. Like stocking stuff, I don't mind that just being hodgepodge, whatever. Like I'm in grocery shopping. Here's a little candy. Here's some scrunchies. Here's a chapstick. Yeah. I don't mind like doing it like that, but like gifts under the tree, there needs to be some logical thought.
Yeah. So the couple years I've done it, I did like spreadsheets, like making sure it was even. And this year I still have a month to get myself a little more together, but like my mom's been saying, like, what do the kids want? What are we doing? And I'm like, so I just keep like throwing out ideas at her, and then she's like, well, okay, then if this needs to be even. What about if she's getting this, what is she getting? Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know. I have to figure out.
I hate the question, what do your kids want? Because I'm like, I don't know. It's terrible. Yeah. But like, but on the same token, I'm trying to minimize toys. Yeah. We just did a big purge. I don't want to bring my 4-year-old. I know it. I feel like it's going to be impossible not to give her toys for Christmas. Yeah. But like the 7-year-old, come on, we can. And they're like, well, what does she want? I don't know.
Well, like coloring books are good because you use them and they're out. Oh yeah. Art supplies, the same thing. They get used and then they're out. Yep. Yeah, but there's also like as they get older, I'm like, oh, maybe they want walkie-talkies. So I've on my mom's side, I'm an only grandchild. So like I was the baby until I had kids, basically, even as like a full-grown adult. And now my kids are, and they know we have to put everything in a couple suitcases and get back to Europe. But so like they've gotten, but then, so they're like a little better. Like obviously we're not getting like big like doll houses or anything, because they know it's going to stay in New Jersey. It's not going to come home with us. But then there's the fact that like, even when we get it here, it has to go somewhere. Like our house is like, even we just moved to a new house. So it's not like full. Like when someone has been living someplace like 5-10 years, our house is full. But I like it the way it is. I like that the house doesn't have every little place where you could put something's there. It makes like it just feels nice. Like, we played The Sims. How there was like one of course, there was like how like like there was all the little bars. Like have they gone to the bathroom? Have they eaten? Have they slept? Yes. And one of them was just like the need for space. Like they needed to have space around them. And that was probably the reason I was cleaning so hard for this dinner party, because this was actually a dinner party. It wasn't Thanksgiving. It was all the people who had helped us move. So all my partners, like friends and family, were already in Switzerland who had helped us move. And I was like, gosh, these people saw this apartment empty and clean when we were just bringing boxes in. I really don't want 4 months later it to look like especially like look like we're in the middle of losing a game of Jumanji.
Yeah.
Yeah. So This is, of course, only our second episode. In our first episode, we talked about friendship and we introduced ourselves. And I didn't actually really talk about what I do. I think it just went right through that.
Just glossed it right over.
Yeah, glossed over it. So I have a to-do list app for Android called Simply Goals and Tasks. And I really like it. I'm very proud of it. It's arguably my life's work. And more recently, I've also started making YouTube videos about productivity and organization at first I started off as being a company channel. I was going to be really focused, but I've took YouTube classes, got lots of advice, and basically no one cares about company channels. No one's going to watch it. So now it's just the Kait hand YouTube channel. And that's actually way more fun, right? Because I can talk about whatever I want because it's not my company's channel, it's mine. Yep. So, I talked about other productivity stuff. And since I've moved and a lot of home organization stuff, but one of my first videos I made, you have a Christmas ringtone already.
I do. I have a Christmas. It's a notification. I'm getting text. Sorry.
I was my partner. I was starting to put away the Halloween stuff, and I think he knew Christmas was coming.
Yeah.
And he was not till December. And I'm like, oh, yeah, of course. I'm when do people in Switzerland really start Christmas stuff? And he was normally the first snow. And I was like, oh, okay. Who knows when that's going to be? But It was actually, it was yesterday. So now I'm okay, here comes the Christmas stuff.
Oh, yeah. I keep seeing things about Christmas in Switzerland and sending them to you because it just looks so magical.
Oh, I mean, because we did long distance and I was I've been here a lot in the winter, but I'm really excited. I grew up in the Northeast, we mentioned New Jersey with snowy Christmases, not always Christmas. I actually hated when it snowed on Christmas because we had places to be. Yeah. I didn't want the roads to be a mess. I wanted to be able to get out of our driveway. I wanted everyone to come to be at the party.
The driveway at Kate's parents' house is no freaking joke. It's
it's we get snowed in, even with 4-wheel drive cars, you get snowed in. Once my uncle almost the cliff would not be an exaggeration, but there's a mini cliff, almost fell into the cliff driving out of the driveway on our way to the airport. I figured, how did we do it? I think me, that was it. Anyway, we made it. We made the flight, but just barely because it was COVID and we had to have tests at the airport because there was no other no way to get the right test in the time frame you need to have it before you leave, which it was this really tiny window you had to have it before you leave. And everyone's closed. That was fun traveling during those times. Hopefully never again.
I was surprised you did. I remember seeing on Instagram that you were home and I was I'm surprised that you made the trip.
Yeah. Well, actually, was that Christmas? I did,
I don't remember.
Yeah, I missed one Christmas, but then that March I came home. It was actually to get the computer I'm talking to you on right now because I really need a new computer. I wanted a US keyboard layout, which is not easy to get. And I could have bought it from Apple Italy, Apple .it, or I could have actually bought it from Apple.com, had it shipped to Italy. And both of those options, the price difference between just buying it in the US paid for a round trip flight to just go pick it up in the US.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I went home, said hi to my parents, got my computer. I think I brought one of my kids. I think I brought just the older one and left the little one with their father. Yeah. Which was fun because the little one was still little enough that actually they both were at the age where they needed help with the bathroom. So, and the little one maybe wasn't really walking. So but she was moving. So you can't just leave her in the seat. Yeah, no. If I have to help the older one in the bathroom, that's really when it came down to flying alone. People get so scared. I could talk about flying forever. It's it's not so
that's
bad.
A whole episode. I think we need.
Yeah, it's an episode right there. But there are the bathroom breaks. There's logistics to bathroom breaks that can not be possible for when the kids outnumber the adults.
Yeah.
But okay, so I started talking about my productivity stuff because one of my first videos was planning your December. Because it's really, really overwhelming, all of the things we do. We talked about Christmas cookies already and planning the Santa magic, which is both of those are no freaking joke.
And I don't know if you do the elf on the shelf, but we do in our house.
I don't do that. Everyone kind of tells me, don't do it. Don't do it.
I mean, if you just want one more thing that has to be done every single day, do it.
And in that precious, precious time between when your kids fall asleep and when you collapse, that time is so precious. I
always usually move in the morning. Like I wake up really early before my house.
Yeah.
So I usually move in the morning. And I haven't done it yet, but like I usually print out like a blank calendar off of Microsoft Word for December, and I write in every day what she's doing.
Yeah, that's
today.
Smart. That makes all sense.
Because otherwise it'll just be too overwhelming to me. But yeah, that effing thing is coming.
We have our own nightly thing now. I'm going to do advent calendars are really big here.
Oh, okay.
So like my boyfriend was saying, get the candy one because like they don't need a bunch of cheap plastic crap.
True.
And I'm like, yeah, that's true. But also like we still have Halloween candy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want, so I did go like deep into the advent calendar and I bought like a cute wooden one with all the little tiny drawers. The drawers are really tiny now that of course I mail ordered it. Mail ordered. Is that that's probably not the right term anymore. I ordered it online. And like the boxes are so
just
tiny.
dating ourselves over it.
Yeah. And and actually I thought this stuff's all dupes, all knockoffs, but because that's how I roll. But I got them a knockoff like Pandora charm bracelet.
Oh, I love it.
And a bunch of little charms. So like half the drawers are like little charms.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, and like that's not cheap plastic crap. And in the end, they have like a bracelet, and that's and with some otherwise to mix it up, I got them like a bouncy ball. I got them some like hair clips, like the clips, not like big things, little clips, and I've got a couple of those more than little drawers. And I got like character Legos, but again,
cute
dupes because I want to push them a little more into Legos. They're like a little into it, but I think the characters will make it more fun. They don't have any people. They just have Lego, like regular square blocks.
Yeah.
I think that might make it more fun. Yeah. So I'm excited about it. Once the calendar, the big square, like it's like a house with a bunch of drawers came, I like put them out right away. And my older one asked me like, are you going to, they know this is from mom and dad because that's how it is in Switzerland. Yeah. It's not like a elf or something filling in the advent calendar. They know this from mom and dad. The Swiss traditions, that could be a whole other thing. But because they're different and like the Swiss are like, this is different. Like, okay, sorry, I'll finish the advent calendar before I start talking about Santa Claus. But oh
God.
So my older daughter, who's 8, asked like, are you gonna like fill them all in or are you just gonna do one each night? And I go, I don't know. We're like, can I trust you? And she just went, no. No, you can't. I was like, all right, fair enough. So we'll fill in each door each night.
Oh, I would like always forget then what day are we on? I'm like, wait.
Well, you're on. It's not that hard because you're on day 1 on December 1st. So if it's currently December 10th, I'm on box 10.
Oh God. It's only 8:30 a.m. here. It's still a little too early for me, I guess.
Well, I never had an advent calendar as a kid, unless maybe like someone gave me one year. I don't really remember. But it wasn't like a tradition of ours.
No, I remember doing it, but like I don't even think I had siblings yet. So I was like under 4 when I was doing it.
Yeah.
But
one.
Last year, we are very blessed in that my sister-in-law-to-be works at Ferrero, and her job was giving out the Kinder advent calendars. And she grabbed 2, and she was like, oh, and she just took 2 for my kids. And she's like, here you go. They're giving these out at work. And I was like, thank you so much. And Abby loved it. And I was like,
wait, you already did it. You didn't save it for December.
No, it was last year.
Oh, okay.
No, it was last year. Sorry, last year. No. But like Abby loved it. And I really probably should get her a damn advent calendar again. Maybe the elf will bring it on her first arrival.
Yeah. I mean, the nice thing about the like store-bought ones is like, you're ripping open cardboard. It's like sealed. So there's no like sneaking a peek. Like with the wooden one, like you could just look. All
right. So tomorrow is this. Not going to get excited about it.
I know.
tomorrow.
There's no excitement if they've already seen like, oh, another charm, and I know it's going to be like that very soon. Like I'm so excited right now. They're excited for it to start, but like I know like after like the first two charms, it's going to be like, oh, another. So
is the first one like just the bracelet, and then the next one's a charm, or is a bracelet at the end?
Yeah. So I did it all out, and I think I got like one extra gift or something. So I think I could put a charm on the bracelet the first time, or I could do just the bracelet the first day. I need to like lay it out. And we fly back to New Jersey on the 20th. So I'm going to like pack up the last 4 gifts for each of them. But I'm not bringing those wooden houses. I'm not flying with those wooden houses. No,
Why not?
Just fill up a quarter of one of the suitcases with these little wooden houses.
Kait traveled back to Italy with the goddamn standing mixer in her carry-on when we had our bridal shower.
I did. A lot of my kitchen stuff was from my bridal shower.
I'm sorry. I had to do
so now that was when I was I was flying free, like free kids. Now I fly with 2 kids and a cat, and I'm the only adult on the airplane. I mean, I'm not the only adult on the airplane. I'm the only adult in our partners. So obviously, I'm not flying private. Then it wouldn't be a problem. Again, it wouldn't be a problem flying, but eventually I come back to my apartment and has to find a home in the apartment.
Yeah.
Like the kids' rooms are really full. They're really full.
We just did a big purge before Christmas.
That's really good. Actually before Christmas is such a good time to do that.
I mean, we got rid of our little kitchen. We had a little grocery store. Grocery store's gone. Kitchen's gone.
Wow, you got rid of big stuff.
Shopping cart is on its way out. So yeah.
Oh, my kids love their shopping cart.
Mine barely played with it, so it's gone. So yeah, we got rid of some big stuff. And unfortunately, they're pretty ruthless too about getting rid of toys that they don't play with. Which
they're ruthless, like they're like gone, or they're like, no, I want to keep
done.
It. Nope,
they're like
cool.
And my husband and I are like, are we not teaching them like how to value anything? Because they'll just be like, it's okay, I'm okay parting with this, or are we just like, are they just really that aware?
I mean,
because the first time we did it, it was hard.
Yeah. I have some dolls that I have, the girl, this is so terrible. The girls have been given and I didn't give to them. Because every new doll they get makes the dolls they have less special.
Yeah.
There's like, and I love that their dolls are really special and they're like important to them. But if they had 10 of them, they wouldn't be special. Like I understand having like 10 Barbies because you gotta have characters for your stories. But like they each have like one baby doll. And like the older one is like switching different stuffed animals. She has a dust allergy, so she shouldn't have any stuffed animals. But she's like switched around a bit between like what's important to her. The baby, my 5-year-old, my baby, like was actually like for whatever reason I like started putting like this one stuffed animal in her crib when she was napping as like an infant who like didn't interact with the stuffed animal whatsoever. Well, not choking age, and no one like report me to DIFUS, please. Like when it was age appropriate for her to have stuffed animal, I like started putting it in her. I think I even started doing this back at home. So it was like a playpen when she was sleeping in, and then that was a stuffed elephant, and that became Meow the elephant, which
Love
is
it.
still like
Makes
on her
sense.
bed right now. Meow the elephant.
Abby's always really loved stuffies to a fault. And there's an episode of Bluey where they go through, kind of like what you said.
I know the episode. I know.
So we went through all that shit, and then I like, okay, are we going to keep this, or are we going to give this stuffed animal one last hug, and then we're going to bring it to another child who will play with it? And that they understood. So I don't know if that sunk in really well.
Yeah, my kids are so much like when it's to give it to another kid, it's so much easier for them to say goodbye.
Yeah.
And also me too. I find that like if anything in my I got rid of a lot of stuff. I just organized my closet recently. And like everything in there, I'm like, oh, I can't possibly get rid of this. But like, if you were like, oh, I really like that, could I have it? I would, yes, get it out of my closet. I'd be so fast to like, yeah, please give me closet space instead of another shirt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But yeah, we just did our Christmas purge, which I think is going to have to be one of our traditions because
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense to do it.
They get so much shit. And when we were with my husband's family for Thanksgiving, one of the things that my sister-in-law, it's my brother-in-law's wife, so I guess that's my sister-in-law. At least that's how I refer to her.
Yeah, I would still call it as a sister-in-law.
So she said that she really likes buy nothing groups. She goes, I get rid of so much stuff, and it's so much easier to let go of it knowing somebody else wants it. So she highly recommended that. So I hopped on a couple buy nothing groups for my area. So hopefully that'll help get rid of stuff.
Yeah.
But one of the traditions that I want to start this year for my family is nothing really intense. Saturdays are going to be Christmas movie nights where I try to make
so good at that kind of thing.
Try to make an accompanying dinner to go with the movie. So December 1st, which is a Saturday, I believe.
I think so.
We're going to do Elf with spaghetti and maple syrup brownies and maybe something else. I don't know. And then the Grinch is going to be Who Beast, which is going to be, I think, pot roast. I don't know.
That's pot so cute. You're so good at that stuff.
Yeah, I just find it low key. Like it makes dinner planning easy because then, okay, I know what parameters I'm working in. And my husband and I just love to watch movies. And like, it sounds lazy, but this is something we can easily do with our kids and have them get excited about dinner and eat dinner and just watch a Christmas movie. But I have to be very careful because some of the movies, like, they can't say Santa's not real.
It's
so Elf, since he is real in the movie, that we decided that was a yes. We're gonna do the Grinch. We're gonna do oh my god, the Grinch, Rudolph, because that's a classic. You have to watch it.
Yeah, that's easy. That's safe.
And the last one, I have to rewatch it, but I'm like 99% sure it's safe, which is one of my favorites, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Because they don't.
And actually, Home Alone kids love that.
Oh yeah, we're debating about that. But yeah, those are our Home Alone would be easy: mac and cheese, pizza, ice cream, done.
I love the Santa Claus, like because like our age, we were like that was improvement generation, like for
that
sure.
Was the and I think that was the Christmas.
Tim
movie.
Allen was like so huge when we were kids, and I love that movie. It's like. But I think I was already old enough that like I just took it for what it was, like this really cool mythology and like invented universe. Yeah. Like it didn't make me question my Santa beliefs, you know? Like I think I was old enough. I was like I tried watching it with Aurora and she like had a lot of questions. Any movie we watch, she has lots of questions. Because like she's like just starting to like follow plots and it's like, wait, what's going on? Like and I was like, okay, we're not ready for this because this is like I think like until shockingly old, a lot of kids like think movies are real.
Yeah.
And I think she's still. I try to tell her like it's just a movie, it's just a story, but I think it's still like movies are real to her. So anything that like really gets into the mythology of Santa, when you really believe it's like confusing.
Yeah, I suggested Santa Claus, and Brian said he felt. It's not the best time. It's not the best time. I think it's just good.
I kept being like, it's just a story, it's just one person's idea. And I think that's something we have really like, we're good at in the US. Like, we just be like, I don't know. He's like Santa, like, is this very magical being and no one really knows. And these are movies about things people think maybe are how it works.
Yeah.
And that, like, I think that works really well. But then, so now with here in Switzerland, and I think this is similar for like a lot of like the German speaking Central Europe, or like, well, not quite Central Europe, but like anyway, this part of Europe, that there's not Santa Claus, they have Sammy Claus.
That sounds like a knockoff.
So like my boyfriend is like very adamant Sammy Claus is not Santa Claus.
Oh.
And okay. So Sammy Claus is like spirit of, or the direct descendant, I really need to research this more, of Saint Nicholas. And I'm like,
Okay.
Santa Claus is also Saint Nicholas. Like this, but he wears blue. And he
wears blue?
Or actually, that might actually just be this particular town that has that tradition, actually. But he wears these like very similar outfit to Santa. His name's Santa Claus. He's Saint Nicholas. It's you know what he wears? He wears blue because he's a bishop. Saint Nicholas was a bishop, and it's like he's wearing bishop robes, but like winterified with.
Does
he
come to your
fur.
house and bring you presents?
Yeah, but in like mid-December, on Christmas Eve, wait for it, Jesus brings you presents.
I can't get behind that. I'm so sorry.
Jesus going around bringing people rollerblades.
I love you, Jesus. I'm not criticizing you. I just don't like the idea, like you said, of Jesus bringing me my Barbies or bringing me, Yeah.
I mean, it's just
I don't want to sound like super like overly religious, but like that's something that's a hard pill for me to swallow.
I feel like our like Jesus Christmas and Santa Christmas.
Okay.
It kind of does a nice job of keeping like the commercial side of Christmas like a little separate from the religious Jesus side of Christmas. Yeah. And it is a shame that like the Santa's become so much bigger than the Jesus side of Christmas. And actually, not to get like political or religious on this podcast, and it's not that political, but people who are like, you should be able to say Merry Christmas to anybody. To me, that's like the opposite of being religious about Christmas, because then you're saying Christmas is not a religious holiday if you can say it to everybody. Like you can say Happy Thanksgiving or Happy New Year to everybody. Yeah. Like, and you can, of course. No one gets like angry when you say Merry Christmas to someone. Like that does not happen. Like if you say,
I actually worked at a place where my coworker got in trouble because we weren't allowed to say Merry Christmas, because I worked in a particular childcare. I had a director who didn't celebrate Christmas, and therefore basically we couldn't do anything Christmas. It had to be like all winter or holiday.
Well, then it's
the
a
word
bit
holiday.
I mean, you can keep it holiday. Like, but if you're working in a business, you don't want to exclude people because you're a business, and frankly, that's what business is about. You don't want to exclude people. But yeah, like if you say like, I don't know, it feels like if you really think that Christmas is about primarily Jesus, you would not think it's you would think it's a religious holiday.
You wouldn't subscribe to the Santa stuff then if you were like very.
Yeah, like because like the Santa side is the like, what's the term? But like the non-religious side of like
that was an email. It was a crap email. I have 500 emails I need to unsubscribe from because I'm sick of getting ads.
Yeah, and I was at dinner Thursday with a bunch of English-speaking people here in this little Swiss town, but two of them were Swedish, and their big day is the 24th, not the 25th, really.
Okay, yeah.
And they were talking about like the gifts are there in the morning, and then they kind of disappear, and then they like come back at like 4:00 or something. Something happens at 4:00.
Oh my God, that sounds like
Jesus
so much work.
By. Yeah.
Oh my God, that sounds like so much work.
And there was, like really, countries have different traditions. Like you'd think like all the movies would kind of bring everyone to something a little more similar, or at least like overlapping, where like you can kind of make it all make sense together.
My friend, I have a friend I work with, and she spent, I don't know, 4 or 5 or a bunch of time. She spent like years living in England. And in England, you don't put out milk and cookies for Santa. He gets some type of hard liquor. That's what you leave him out. She's like, like with the milk and cookies, who is consuming that.
Yeah, we also leave a carrot for the reindeer.
Yes.
And we'll like take a bite out of like and I don't want to eat. Normally when I go at 2 a.m, I don't really want to eat like a unpeeled raw carrot. So I'll like bite into it. Sorry for the audio. I'm like on my visual. You can see me like I bite into the carrot, like just like spit it out. And the cookies, I'll like leave some crumbs. And if I maybe eat the cookies, maybe just put them away, honestly. Because again, like it's just like 2 a.m, and I've been indulging all day, like partying the 24th.
Oh yeah, that's
usually
what I
do.
do.
My daughter was like, my daughter was like 3 years old, and there's like the cookie crumbs, the milk is like almost gone, and like this half-eaten carrot. And my like 3-year-old daughter like is just like, so was the reindeer in the house? Or like, did Santa like bring up the carrot and then bring back the other half? Like she was just like not having it. Like,
she called you out.
I'm like, yeah, like my parents did the same thing for me. I never picked up on that. That like, why is the carrot back in the house?
I will say, like, one of the things I've seen people do.
Now we leave it on the deck. We leave it like tossed around the deck, like the reindeer were just munching over there.
Yeah,
because like she was so little, and she was just like, why is it here?
Well, one of the things I've seen people do, I think they've done it for. I know they've done it for the Easter Bunny, and I've seen people do it for Santa. And to me, what I'm about to say makes no sense. It would raise so many questions. Is where they take, I think it's flour, and they make like bunny prints through the house, or they make like Santa footprints. And I'm like, why is Santa leaving white footprints? And what is coming off this rabbit that's leaving footprints? Is this safe that this rabbit was roaming our house? Like, what is? And they're like, it makes so much magical.
Is the Easter Bunny, is he human sized?
I don't know.
Or is he like a little bunny? And honestly, I don't know the answer to that.
I don't know the answer to that. If I'm going by the Hop legend, I'm going to go bunny sized. But
I do love that movie.
Oh, that's like, there are no fun Easter movies like that. But like
Peter Rabbit is not really an Easter movie, but it is a cute, fun movie.
It is cute. But like, so if you do it, that's fine. The footprints. To me, it makes no sense and would raise multiple questions that I'm not equipped to answer.
Okay. Speaking of weird traditions, my mom's side, and this is not just something they do. This is something like I was unaware of. Yeah. The pajama elves come. And I guess the 23rd or something, and bring everyone matching Christmas pajamas.
That's fun.
And like we didn't do this when I was little, so this became a thing like kind of like over time and grown. So like now they're getting like 30 pairs of pajamas, like, and
oh my god,
everyone in the generation below us, which goes from like newborn to like 25, so like full grown men wearing like the matching pajamas.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
Yeah, and but like, so these are my second. This is my mom. My mom again, like her brother and sister, but like we say her family. It's actually her cousins. Like they're all really close. They grew up across the street from each other.
Yeah.
So like, to me, the kids that are my age are my second cousins, and now my daughter. And my two daughters, they're actually their third cousins. So we're kind of like distant relatives, even though we're still very close.
Yeah.
You know, I only see them a couple times a year because I don't see everybody a couple times a year. I live in Europe. But like 1 year, by my mom made pajamas for my girl. It was beautiful. And like, just by coincidence, like, and of course they're like this really nice, like cotton or felt, like nice thing. And of course, the only way to buy like pajamas that come from like baby to full grown male, it's like the cheaper ones, like but like by coincidence the pattern was super super similar. It was like all like a red like busy Christmassy pattern with lots of like little thingies on it. They blend, my kids blended right in. It was so cute. But then to be kind of like, oh, like should we include them? And actually this year I think last year they surprised us and gave us pajamas, and this year my cousin messaged me and was like, do you want in? Like, what size are your kids? And so I know they're going to be like included, because like we take pictures too of like, gosh,
of course,
like what is it, like 20 kids, like it can see amount of kids, like you can pile them all in with matching pajamas, like, and I mean kids, like again several adults, but they're like that's their generation, you know, like
I got one awake. Hello, what?
Morning, Mommy.
Morning. I'm almost.
Sunny day.
It is a sunny day. Why don't you go sit on the couch with Daddy? Okay. She had to tell me it was a sunny day. I don't think it's that sunny, but whatever.
Do you want me to keep that or cut it?
It's up to you. It's up to you.
Okay, so what I was talking about before and I got distracted, but so like again, I make videos about productivity, and one of the ones I made last year was about planning your December, and we sort of were talking about this, like all of the things you want to do in December, like the Christmas cards. That's a project right there.
That's
I'm
love
looking
it.
at that now, like
I got to take
You
the
are
photo.
so good at that. You are the first
you.
card we get. It comes
Not
like the day after Thanksgiving, like in the mail, like clockwork.
Not
And,
this year. I still have to take the photo, and they're gonna be.
Me too.
I like literally just bought their outfits from Target, and
buying Christmas dresses is also still not done on my list, and it should be because I want to have them like now to take a picture now and have cards ready.
You have pick out beautiful dresses. This is just like I'm like, it is what it is. I got one in green. I got one in red. I wanted to.
Does the green one know she's green? Because this is an issue for my kids.
Oh God, no, she doesn't know she's green. The red one will be happy. I think
I've tried to do red and green, and it's been an issue in the past. So now I'm green. The kids get to be red. I'm green.
I think what I'm going to try to, if there is a pushback, which it's Abby and my older one, and Abby rarely argues with me about clothes. Ask me about my younger one and arguing about clothes. But Abby rarely does. So I don't expect a lot of pushback. And if there is, what I have going for me is the shade of green I bought, I believe is the same color that my sister-in-law picked for her wedding next year. They're like, oh, well, look, you have the same color as Aunt Allie's wedding. Oh, wait till she sees you in this. Like, just kind of building it up. So I'll tell Allie, I don't care if it's the wrong color. Just go with it. But she will. Allie's a good sport. Love her. But I still have to take the photo, and it's outdoors, and it's going to be no coats, and it's got to be, let's get this, kids. 1, 2, 3, smile.
One thing that I like to do, and I'm like a hobbyist photographer. I do lots of pictures of my kids.
Yeah, you take beautiful photos.
And less and less over the years. But I love to like take out the red Christmas dresses for Valentine's Day and do like a little Valentine's Day photo shoot. Because if it's an all red dress, it looks like you just like have this really high elevated like Valentine's Day shoot. Oh yeah, and you get to wear it like a second time.
Oh yeah, it makes it worth it.
Yeah, like
my girls will be wearing it for the photo. They'll be wearing it Christmas Eve, and they'll be wearing it Christmas Day. Like, I'm getting my money's worth.
Oh, so I'm always a little nervous doing the same dress Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
Why?
Because if anything happens to that dress, there's no time to wash it.
Yeah. I don't know.
You're fine with it.
I guess I live life on the edge. If something happens, if something happens to it, I will make myself stay up late and wash it and make sure it's properly taken care of. Christmas Eve, if something happens to it, we'll be at my mom's, and I always bring pajamas with me no matter what. So when we leave, they're not leaving in dresses, we're leaving in pajamas. So if push comes to shove, I can easily like, Mom, can I throw this in your washing machine? And I know she would. So, and then Christmas Day, whatever.
So one of the things I love about doing like photo shoots, because again, like we both have girls. My girls just like collect elegant dresses. Like I'm a sucker. I buy them for sometimes, like, because like Christmas cards and stuff, I'll like buy them in like early November, and not this year. It's late. It's end of November. I haven't bought them yet, but planning out everything, doing a photo shoot, and then like they get more for Christmas. And but like, so one thing about doing the photo shoots is I feel really like, and I do the birthdays too. I will put them in the dresses. We do the photo shoot, and then on the actual party, this dress is at the end of its life for us, basically. Because it's still clean. It still probably could be used for another event, but we're going to have more dresses before that other event happens anyway. So just enjoy it. Yeah. Get dirty. It's okay. No one needs to be stressed about it. That like we already have nice pictures. So a birthday photo shoot, I do that like a month before. Yeah. And they might even use it in the invitation. But then like when the day comes, you're good. Well, don't worry, kid. Eat the chocolate cake.
I have to tell you what happened with my original plan for Christmas pictures. I haven't told you. So
now go ahead.
Where I work, there's a bunch of college girls, right? They come in, they help out. It's their part-time gig. And one of the college girls has showed me some of the pictures she's taken, and they're gorgeous. And I said to her, like, you should like do this as a career. Like, this is amazing work. And she's like, I really want to start a side hustle, like legit. She goes, this is my goal. And I was like, would you be interested in doing Christmas photos for my family? And I was like, I'll give you a little bit of money for it. I'm not going to pay her $500 for, I figured I'd give her like $100 or something for them. And she goes, I'll do it for free because I really just need to build up my portfolio. I said, great. So it's getting closer to Thanksgiving, and like I know she's in college and she probably went home, but I'm like, let me just send her a message. Hey, I just want to like figure out when we could do these pictures. Just let me know. Like really, like I was trying to keep it not like I was just trying to keep like, can you just reply to me? And then days later, I find out this girl's been in a car crash, and like her car got totaled.
Not where I thought that was going.
And I was like, I look like such an asshole.
I was like, oh, this unreliable girl thinking she wants to start a side hustle and not follow. I feel so bad now because that's totally where I thought that was going.
Yeah. And I looked at her friend and I said, I didn't know. Can you please I sent her a message. Please tell her I didn't know. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. And her friend thought it was so funny. And she's like, I'll tell her. Don't worry. But I'm like, oh my God.
So not where I thought that was going.
I'm like, number one, I look like an asshole. And number two, now I need to figure out what the fuck am I going to do? And what I wanted was a nice family photo is probably going to be just my girls. Because I have nobody to hold the camera. And somebody told me to get a tripod. And I'm like, I feel very rushed. And if the tripod was the original plan, I would have done a little bit of research. I would have gone and looked at them and tried to figure out what I wanted. But at this point, I'm just kind of like, fuck it. I'm either going to ask somebody else.
Is your camera your phone, or do you have a bigger camera?
No, it's my phone.
And you don't have any kind of tripod for it?
No. Well, now I got this ring light, but this isn't very...
Does it hold the phone?
Yeah, it does, but it's going to be like this far off the ground.
Oh, yeah, that's not going to work. Well, you could put it like on something, like on a mantle and you're on the couch or something. Yeah. I mean, outside, well, okay, I don't want to start a little photography lesson here in our pod, but yeah, like outside, you're going to get better light and the pictures are going to come out better.
That's where my plan was to do it outside.
But it's hard to do that. Like that's one nice thing. Like early November, it's easier to get away with that than December because you can't just wear like a cute little party dress outside anymore. So
nope, they're going to freeze. And my husband said, I said, we're doing it today. So, our town that we live very close to, Easton, which is where the picture was going to be originally, he's like, it's all decorated for Christmas anyway. He's like, we could try to do multiple spots is his point. And I'm like, okay, we'll try that when it's a little bit warmer out and they'll maybe be a little bit more willing to take
very simple backgrounds are often the best.
That was my original plan. It's called Bank Street, and it's an alley, like a wide alley between two buildings, and they have lights, like kind of rope lights hanging down. And I thought that'd be very pretty.
Yeah. Or if you could have like some space between you and the background is nice too. Like if you're like on a ledge or a bridge or something and like the background of the photo is far away.
Yes.
So and then take a couple because then you won't notice when you're taking the picture. You'll notice it when you see it later if there was like a big truck in the background right as you took it.
It's going to be like boom, 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 boom. Mom's going to get trigger finger.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to have a couple. Yeah, take a bunch. I do the tripod family picture thing a lot, and like my big camera has a setting where it just like keeps taking a picture. I can set it for every like second or like 3 times a second or whatever. Wow! And so I turn it on and it just goes, and then I'm moving my hand for the audio people. Sorry, like it just keeps going, taking a picture. Yeah, and I turn that on, and then I walk over in front of the family. And like it just keeps going, and I tell like everyone smile now and hold it, and like it keeps going, and then like I end up with a lot of them where like I'm making a funny face because I'm telling everyone to smile, look at the camera, and like so I'm like my face is in the middle of talking.
There is nothing more tension when like you're like I just want a fucking family photo. Just everyone smile and be happy. That is my family, and that's me every time we take a family photo. Just fucking smile. Yeah.
So we do those photo shoots, and only a couple times is the goal to also take a family photo, and that is what gets done first. Yeah, the family photo is what gets done first when people are fresh. Me too, right? Because like, I'm not looking any better. The more time that goes by time between like putting on the makeup and chasing the kids around, and then I take the more like candid pictures of the kids like doing whatever they're doing.
We had a photo bomber or a video bomber. Did you see her?
I didn't actually see her. I didn't.
She was over here. She was leaning.
I don't see your whole wide camera. I only see like the narrow part of you. So I didn't see her over the side. It's been very quiet. This is much more quiet than our episode 1.
Yeah.
Not to jinx anything, like knock on wood. But
I mean, Hannah is up and roaming. But Abby last night, she fell asleep and then she woke up about midnight and then she was up until almost 7 in the morning watching TV. And
7 in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then she woke up at noon, and I think her body's still trying to regulate sleep. I don't know what time she went to bed last night.
I feel real good. My kids went to bed late last night at like 9.
Oh no, I have no clue what time they went to bed, and Mommy was in bed by probably 10:30, which felt late.
I was like 11 for me because we had the dinner party last night.
Yeah.
And not to brag, but like my kids were so good.
Good.
Like they were like adorable kids, but they like, there was no yelling. There was no fighting. They were like perfect little, like,
love it.
Cause it was all adults except for my 2 kids.
Yeah.
And like, they were so good. They were just like the perfect amount of like, I'm a cute little kid. I'm here. But like also very quiet. And I told them ahead of time. So they had a birthday party at lunchtime and then our grown-up party. So I called it a grown-up party in the evening. And actually today I've heard them playing grown-up party. So like, I think they're into the idea.
That's cute.
They were so good. And then like once they made it to dessert, and actually we'll call her sister-in-law, but it's my boyfriend's sister, was like, she didn't want dessert when I served it. She was like a little bit because it was all very fast. And I was like, oh my God, I thought I was going real slow. I was like timing everything, trying to get like, I was worried it was so late.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, I was actually going too fast. But it worked out good because the kids like got their dessert and then like went to bed and they were pretty good. They started getting like a little silly because they were getting tired, but they were so good.
Yeah.
And I thought they would be tired from the other party, but maybe, I don't know. But they were pumped. I were prepped. Like, this is a grown-up party. It's just going to be eating. Just going to be grown-ups eating and drinking. But you get to, eat too. And you can have like extra food or juice and stuff. It's a special treat. I was really impressed.
That's good.
But then, we're all so tired today.
Yeah. Brian and we have to go back to work tomorrow. Abigail, of course, has the day off because Thanksgiving is now a 5-day weekend, not a 4-day weekend.
Everywhere, or just New Jersey, or
a lot of people. I know in
you
New
need
Jersey
to have Cyber Monday off of work.
Yeah,
to do your online shopping.
Oh, I know.
Is Cyber Monday not even a thing anymore, right? Because that was.
I don't think.
I think it's just all Black Friday.
I think it's all Black Week, Black Weekend.
Yeah, because it used to be like Black Friday.
Yeah.
Small Business Saturday.
They still do that.
Cyber Monday.
Yeah.
But now I think it's just all like Black Friday.
I haven't seen anything really about Cyber Monday. I've heard people on the news talking, and like a couple of people online who have their own stores talking about Small Business Saturday. But I haven't. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they still have Travel Tuesday. I want to see if I can get a good deal or not.
I don't know if Travel Tuesday was a thing.
Oh yeah, Travel Tuesday. It was when all the travel sites put their sales up.
Didn't even know that one. I see why it's a week because go from Thanksgiving all the way to Tuesday. Yeah, that's a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope I want to get a little more shopping done. But yeah, it's not even
like all the shopping done. I've bought one thing. That's it. One.
Yeah, I haven't really prepared. I don't know what I'm getting you. Like normally by now I would.
Oh yeah. I don't know what I'm getting you either. I have at least my family's easy. My family, we have an agreement that the adults do not exchange gifts. We just buy gifts for kids and for our parents and grandma. My husband's side, their love language is gifts. So everyone has an Amazon wish list that you got to work off of, which on one hand is super easy. On the other hand, I feel takes a little bit of the magic and the surprise out of Christmas.
Yeah.
I get it like for the kids. I get it like having it for the kids when they don't know about it and they want a specific toy or something. Like I could get that, but like for the adults, but like
I'd love to just opt out. I know that sounds such a Scroogey, Grinchy thing to say, but like, I'd love to just like, opt out. But like I can't not do something. My My mom's the only one that would be like, yeah, I get it. Don't worry about it. But like, she's also like, like all like those like things about like moms like working so hard to like make the Christmas magic, but then like their stocking's empty, or they get like a vacuum for Christmas. It's like a house gift. It's not like that.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that to my mom. She works so hard. I really want to get her but normally what I get for her is like really nice framed photos, and that like takes a little bit of work to like.
Yeah.
But that's like that's the idea, right? To like be thinking about them when they're doing so much for us.
Yeah.
But
I'm definitely getting my dad framed photos of the girls. He loves pictures. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to crochet him a blanket, very slowly but surely. And
that's nice.
Oh my God, knocked my mic. And my mom, I don't know, but my brothers and my sister and I usually now within the last few years, we all like contribute to like one big group gift, which is nice. And I've thrown out idea for my dad, which got shut down.
I mean, one thing I loved in Italy, like for birthdays, is one mom would organize it and be like, like for the class, like, come to the party, like, if you want, like, give me $5 and I'll get a big gift.
Yeah.
And for all the moms, super. I give you $5 and I don't have to go shopping, and it's just $5. Yep. Awesome. And like, even on the receiving end, you get like one gift that's like, like a $50 gift or something, like, or even more, like a really nice gift. Yeah. Which is so much better than like a bunch of weird little gifts.
I know. Yeah. I threw out one idea for my dad, got shot down. My brother Paul threw out an idea that I think I'm going to shoot down. Not because Paul wants to get my dad and a pet. And I just talked to my dad.
Decision to make for another person.
Yeah. I just got off the phone with my dad and I was like, the logic all makes sense of why he thinks this is a great idea. I agree with his logic, but I was like, I have to. So I was kind of asking my dad, like, hey, how do you feel about this? Or how do you feel about that? And he was like, I don't want any pets. I don't want them. I don't need them. He's like,
it's honestly like a very,
I'm like, okay, then I'll
mature mindset for someone who's older, because you're either going to be alive when every pet, especially dogs, those last couple of years are tough. Mm-hmm. So you're giving that responsibility to, you even older, like this old person, even older, like our parents are all older. And like, but like in 10 years, when they be dealing with a dying dog, they'll be 10 years older.
And honestly,
or the pet outlives the person. And then
that's, and honestly, if that was to happen,
Paul would get it.
No, I think I would. It's either me or Paul. Joe can't take it because he's in an apartment right now. My sister already has 2 dogs and 2 cats, so I think she's maxed out on animals. Mm-hmm. But
really, because she's so quick to volunteer. Sorry.
No, I think once she had her daughter, like it became overwhelmed. I think before when it was just the animals, she could. Yes, I have my fur baby in my lap. But I think it'd be me or Paul, and I don't know if Paul can afford another dog.
How many does he have?
He just has one, but
I don't know. It's a lot of work.
2. Yeah, 2 vet bills, 2 bags. I don't know, but yeah.
I was honestly planning on telling my kids I'm allergic to dogs, because I really do. I don't dislike dogs.
Yeah, but
I don't want to own one. Again, I had one when I was young. Like I loved her. Again, I don't dislike dogs, but owning one's a lot of work. I was totally planning on like just telling my kids like, "Oh, you can't have one. Mommy's allergic." Like, just lying straight up. But here in the building, like there's dogs in our building, and we know them by name. We pet them. We enjoy them. When my kids, like, we go in the elevator, like they'll be so quick to be like, "It smells like dog in here." So I'm like, good. We're like, I think we're safe. I don't think they want that like in the house.
Brian and I decided that when Boo Boo is no longer here, we're gonna be dogless for a while, and that's okay. And I'm okay with that.
I think there should be time in between. Yeah, even if you.
I think. I said maybe once Hannah is like 16 and I'm really going to want something to baby, maybe then. Brian says no. We'll find out what happens when
you got some time.
Yeah,
You got some
we'll
time
find
to
out
figure
what
that
happens
out.
when Hannah turns 16.
Yeah, I mean, my cat is
Peekaboo.
she's like just a couple years older than my two kids, so they're all gonna like leave me around the same time.
Oh,
I'm like, even though I've got some years, I'm still like
Yeah.
already scared about that. Because
Peekaboo's
like,
yeah.
my
Peekaboo's
cat
an
and I are
old
very
lady.
close.
She's
And we
9.
get less years.
She's 9, and she's already
Stella's
got
10, but she's a
already
cat.
got. You can't know if you can really see, but she's already starting to get white in her muzzle.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah,
but
Stella, my cat, is 10, but cats can live to 20.
Yeah.
So hopefully she lives to 25. I'm like already like, I don't know. She's like, I got a long time, but still like, I'm already terrified of losing her.
I'm afraid of when it happens for Peekaboo because I know there's be a ton of questions. And
my kids are like totally cool with death. They're like, yeah, normal, no big deal. Maybe being city kids, like, and Rome kids particularly, not the cleanest city in the world.
Yeah.
Like they'd seen dead pigeons and dead rats, and it was just like, that's death. Yeah, normal.
Don't.
No big deal.
Don't. It's just an Amazon driver.
That's staying in the pod.
Well, what was I say? I don't know. It was 2020, and Brian and I were very close to his great aunt, and she passed away. And Abby was like 4. And I remember he and I were both crying. We were so upset. And we're like, we have to tell Abby because we were on our way to be with family because she had just passed. And then we sat her down, and she was like, all right. And we both looked at each other like, was that really that easy? And then years later, Abby goes, Aunt Charlotte's in heaven. And I said, yeah, she lives in heaven now. And Abby goes, yeah, she died because she got shot. I'm like, this was not a Bloods and Crips thing. And Charlotte died. She died naturally.
She got shot.
She got shot. I have no clue where it came from. And I'm like, no, honey. Aunt Charlotte did not get shot, but she does live in heaven.
Yeah, I mean, so my grandmother died a few years ago. And yeah, just because she's very, very old, was just what we said.
Yeah.
She was like 92.
My grandmother's 96. And God love her, she's a big pain in the ass.
They are. They become children again. And
that's essentially what's happening to my mom.
with all the love. Because I love my kids. I talk shit about them. But like with all the love to my grandmother, like, wow, or all the old people, they become so difficult. And I'm sure I will too. But like, wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like the empathy and regard for others of a 2-year-old. You just circle right back around.
Oh, yeah. So earlier this week, my mom calls me. My mom does this every now and then. She calls me. She's like, can I just pop over and see the girls? And I always say yes. And this time as a joke, I said, well, you can come see the girls if you let me go get my grocery order because they hate coming for the pickups. And my mom said, of course. So she gets to my house. She's like, oh, I'm so tired. I just feel like, blah. And she's going on and on. And I looked at her and I said, do you have a fever? And she goes, I don't know. Took her temp. It's 100.6. It's okay. You got a low grade temp. 100.6. 106. 106.
ER.
100.6. I would probably be freaking the fuck out. So I said, Mom, before I left, Mom, do you want Tylenol? No, I said, Mom, do you want Advil? She goes, I really want Tylenol. I was like, I don't have Tylenol, Mom. We're in Advil house. Do you want Advil? I prefer Tylenol. I'm like, this is my mother. And I said, all right.
It's already beginning.
I said, all right, Mom. Since I'm going to the store anyway, I said, I'll just take a few extra minutes. I'll run in. I'll grab you Tylenol. And she said, fine, thank you. Went in. I got her Tylenol. I got her NyQuil. I picked up my order, which I had to wait longer than what I liked because I knew I had to get back to her. So I'm gone maybe 45 minutes, maybe an hour, just.
Yeah, it takes some time to go to the store.
Yeah. So then I get home, and before I gave her the Tylenol, she literally just took it. And I was like, let's just for shits and giggles, let's take your temperature again. It was 102. And so I said, well, you're not leaving. You were stuck here. And my mom started to get nervous. She's like, your grandma's going to be mad. And I was like, I don't care. You're not going. You cannot, and my mom lives an hour away, like I said earlier. I'm like, you're not driving an hour with 102 temperature. No. So.
Yeah, it's actually really not very safe.
Yeah. So I did as I always do. My brother Joe and I are always in cahoots. I let him know what was going on. He agreed with me. I call my grandmother and I get her on the phone. Hi, Lisa, how are you? I'm like, hi, Grandma, I'm doing good. I was like, I have to let you know, Mom's going to spend the night at my house because she has 102 temperature and I really just don't feel it's safe to drive. And she goes, all right. I'm like, Grandma, I'm just worried about her. She's sick. She's my mom. Fine. All right. Hang up. Nobody's making her dinner. That's why she's pissed. And I'm like, so again, I had to call my brother and be like, and my brother was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I know she's pissed, but I'm just giving you the heads up because he has no kids right now. He goes over the most to visit my mom and her. So, but yeah, she's a child. Nobody was there to make her dinner and she was pissy. But what she did, specifically my mother wasn't there to make her dinner, but my uncle was. My uncle was there. Her son.
Oh, but he's a man. He can't be bothered to do something like make dinner.
The Italian,
not a precious male.
Not a precious that penis. How is he going to cook with his penis?
How could he possibly be bothered to do something like?
He is the oldest. My uncle is the oldest grandchild, the oldest grandson, the oldest grandchild, the oldest child, the oldest son. So we just bow down to him. That's the way it is.
Yeah.
So and he brought her food. He brought her clams.
Yeah. My grandma was the same. So she's got 2 daughters and a son. And my mom lives the closest, did everything. Even when she was still able, did her laundry, cleaned her dishes every time she was there, got her mail.
See this.
Yeah. I see. But yeah, so, and then, especially when she retired, my aunt also did a real lot. Yeah. And my uncle also did some too. I think some of the stuff you understand that an older woman is not comfortable. If I had a son, I wouldn't want him to maybe wash my underwear. I don't know.
Yeah.
But,
I
anything
understand.
he did, you just heard about oh, he did this. Could you believe he washed the dishes? And it's we literally wash the dishes every time at your house. He did this. It's amazing. But I think, that's their generation.
That is. And the only satisfaction I get, not the only, but in return, I just purposely piss her off. And I find it hysterical.
But then she just takes it out on your mother. She just takes it on your mother.
She told my mom.
She's gonna win.
In all seriousness, she told my mom that I'm a mean lady.
I mean, in the end,
she's dead serious. No.
In the end, my grandma thought my mother was multiple people.
Oh.
Her daughter and the woman who helped her, and because she's doing the work of 10 people caring for you. But
yeah.
But she would mix things to say about each of those different women that were my mother.
Oh no. I piss her off. But I've now taken her shopping twice, and that's a big deal. That's her outing. She loves it. She loves going without my mom. But yeah, I have to bring a whole other podcast is going to be grandma because I took her to the wrong Walmart once, and
those grannies love their Walmart. But
I went to the wrong one.
If someone doesn't plug in the electric wheelchairs, people who plug them in.
Oh, she won't even use them.
So angry. Oh no, my grandma would, and she loved those electric wheelchairs. And she'd be so angry if they weren't charged. But do you think she ever charged it? Went to charge it when she was done?
Yeah,
never. No.
What
bothered me the most? Okay, not to gran on grandmas too long because we haven't for a while now. But the thing that would bother me so much is my mom organized all of her doctor's visits.
Yeah,
and she would cancel because for anything she canceled because she hadn't pooped yet today. She canceled because she had a big poop and it took too much out of her. She would cancel because she's just tired. She canceled
from all the pooping she's doing.
And my mom, besides maintaining a calendar, she's an assistant of a bazillion doctors because my grandma was not the sufferance silence type. She wanted every kind of doctor for every body part she had. She had a doctor for it. So she had a calendar full of doctor's appointments, and she was always canceling them and rescheduling them. And that pissed me off to no end.
Yeah.
And she'd cancel us too. And that was a little annoying because she also she lost all her teeth and she was afraid to get dentures because of like, you have to like have the molding done and you like can't breathe through your mouth while it's done. And that really scared her. So she never got dentures. So she had like no teeth. So we ate soup anytime we had grandma over for the last couple like years of her life. So she'd cancel on us and we'd reschedule. So we're eating soup like every day, waiting for grandma to like decide she can make it over this time. Because like even though my mom would like cleaned her apartment a lot, like it was not my oldest. I'm hoping maybe she doesn't have it anymore, but she tested positive for a dust allergy really young. So like it wasn't really like a safe place. Just say like, you know, and also it was like an apartment and, you know, we're enough people, like, so she had to come over. I don't think she would have been happy to have us come over either. She would have still canceled, I think, if we went to her. But, I remember like we would be eating, and also she's a picky eater. So it's not like a vegetable soup. It's like cheese soup every time. Like cheese soup, cheese and potato soup, cheese soup, potato soup.
Just a cheese soup? I've heard like of broccoli and cheese or potato and cheese.
Maybe my memory could be fading a bit. I know we had like potato cheese soup a lot.
Okay. I was like,
sometimes we would have like fondue and like,
oh, I love that.
And she would have like the soft inside bread pieces that she could kind of just gum down. So we're being so mean to our grannies.
No, we are. But I love it. Mine even threatened she's gonna come back and haunt me. And she's like, what are you going to do then? And I said, I'm just going to yell, knock it off, Grace. And keep doing what I'm doing. Oh, my goodness.
Okay, we've been going for a while. Maybe we should
wrap it up.
Start wrapping it up. Yeah, so this has been our December episode. And as I mentioned, I will be home for the holidays. So I think I hate to make promises because things can happen. Shit can happen. Yeah. But I can curse a little bit since we already said to Little Ears this podcast. But I think our January should be an in-person special.
So excited. So excited.
Tease that a little bit.
Yeah. Maybe a cocktail. Who knows?
Oh, that would be lovely. I mean, it's like 9 a.m. for you right now. So I could see it would be a little weird. A little weird for us to drink together virtually.
Hey, if it's virtual, then I'll just, in New Jersey, it's legal. I'll just take an edible. And I'm trapped in the house the rest of the day.
All right. So thank you, whoever's still listening, for listening all the way to the end.
Yes, thank you.
If you want to reach out to us with feedback or also questions, we'd love to or even read your stories, anything you want. You can contact us at hello@MediocreMomsCo.com. That is also our website, MediocreMomsCo.com. And yeah, if you want to follow us on other things or see different places you can get the podcast, that's all there on the website. It's a little simple because I made it, but it's all there. All the information's there.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. We can't wait to see you next month.
Yeah. All right. And yeah, have whatever you celebrate, have a really nice December holidays.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, Happy all the things.
Yeah. Yule.
Happy Yule.
All the things. Whatever you celebrate, spending time with family in December.
Yes.
Okay.
Bye, guys.